At number 2 on my fantasy playlist, the biggest hit record of 2000, or was it 2001? Biggest hit of 2001, Destiny's Child with Independent Woman. Number 2 up from number 3, fantasy playlist, December 30th, 2000. As we close in on the top position of my fantasy playlist, December 30th, 2000. Really getting into the mainstream as we get into the top 5 on my fantasy playlist. It came from the movie. It was used in the movie Charlie's Angels, which starred Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, and Drew Barrymore, an all-star cast in Charlie's Angels. Beyonce wrote this song. When she came up with this song, she had an argument with her boyfriend, and she just stormed out of the room. She said, she thought to herself, I don't need a man. I'm independent. She marched into the recording studio and she laid down the track. She laid down the vocals of Independent Woman. Initially, the first version of this record, it was produced by three fellows, Eric Seitz, Rapture Stewart, and David Donaldson. And her record label, Columbia, Destiny's Child record label, Columbia, thought that this record would be a perfect fit for Charlie's Angels. But they wanted a remix version. They wanted more of a hit version. They turned to a hit making team known as they're known as the Track Masters. The acronyms Poke and Tone. Poke and Tone produced a couple of hit records by Will Smith. Getting Jiggy with It. They crafted that one, and they also crafted Miami, the great dance record Miami. I mean, Will Smith was a great rapper. I don't care what anybody says. It was bad. He badass. That's right. Will Smith, but they produced that track. Poke and Tone, Columbia turned to Poke and Tone to remix the track. Completely, well, they reworked it. They completely reworked it. And it was put out as a single, number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100 for 11 weeks. You know, I have mixed feelings about that. And let me explain why. This is a good song, don't get me wrong. It's a number 1 hit. But there are other number 1 hits out there, too, that deserve a spot at being number 1. You got to share the wealth. Anyway, from Charlie's Angels, this is Destiny's Child with Independent Woman at number 2 on my fantasy playlist, December 30th, 2000.